Hi, good morning. It's Saturday, the 27th of December, 2025. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. It actually snowed in New York, and you can see it. You can't see out the window, but obviously it snowed a couple of inches. This is the first real snowstorm that we've had, I think, in like 3 or 4 years that it really actually snowed. Last night it started snowing around 5 o'clock last night, and I think it snowed all the way through the night and stuff. And everything is, so people gotta, get up and shovel everything out and stuff. And I think it's supposed to be cold, so it may ice over. I didn't look at the weather, what the weather's going to be like in a couple of days, but the snow is going to be here, I think, for a while until at least it get up, if it less, unless it gets up into the 40s or 50s. So I got to look at the forecast and see if it will. But like I said, this is the first significant snow we've had in years in New York. We haven't had a real like nor'easter or anything like that in years. And last night I think it snowed. Supposedly it was going to snow like 5 or 6 inches and stuff. And it does look pretty significant out there. Not too significant, but it looks like it snowed maybe 4 inches or so. And like I said, already heard the plows, and I know because across the street from me is a Catholic school and the housing for the older people. And I know usually they usually have the snow plow out and they kind of shovel the sidewalks. They go all the way around. It's like a whole gigantic block of it's I don't know how many blocks it really is. It's like it's a big gigantic thing, with a Catholic school and then part of the property where the school is that they put housing on for older people on it. So it's like a whole center block. It's this whole area. This takes up I don't know how many blocks it would take up all the way around. Maybe around 20 blocks all the way around if you add it all up. Okay, it's just gigantic, and and I heard the plows and stuff this morning. So I know obviously the city will get the snow plows out and stuff. And I know usually in Manhattan they take care of that. They usually you know take care of Manhattan because that's where all the business people are and stuff. But it kind of happened overnight, so I'm sure the plows will be out this morning and stuff, the sanitation and stuff to shovel everything, and then hopefully the super here will shovel the snow. Usually people around my area, the block here, they usually I'm sure they put salt down last night and stuff, but you still got to shovel the walkways and stuff. And I'm gonna try to go out once today to to do my sorry, this thing was hold on, my I think it was pausing for a minute there. This web camera, okay. Anyway, but what I'm gonna do is I think I want to go out once today so I can get my do my food shopping and stuff. And then, like I said, next week I work Monday, Tuesday. Those are the full days. But like I said, it'll probably be slow because everybody takes their vacation towards the end of the year, and then we get a half day on Wednesday, and then we're off the rest of the week. Thursday, Friday for New Year's Day, and we're off the day after too because that's a Friday. So that'll be the last. So this December has been actually it went pretty quick this December actually, and it seemed like we had a lot of days off. Like I said, because we were off like Monday last week. I worked just Tuesday, and then had a half day Wednesday, and then we're off for Christmas and Christmas the day after. Okay, so it's been a lot of off days for this month, and plus I was taking Mondays and Fridays off for a while, so it's good. Um, last yesterday I watched um, I'm sorry, Fallout. Sorry, my house. Fallout episode 2, and I downloaded 3 episodes of Stranger Things, which they dropped yesterday. Not yesterday, I think the day before, right? The 26th, yeah. The episode 5, 6, and 7. So I watched episode 5, excuse me, and Fallout episode 2. So I'm gonna try to work on editing those episodes today, and then tomorrow. Actually, today I'm gonna try to watch episode 6 and 7, and then see if I can let's see if I can do it this way. If I follow my logic, if I like an episode edit episode 5, episode 2's a Fallout today, and episode 6 episode 5 of See Stranger Things. If I can do those today and then watch later after I come back from running outside doing my errands, watch episode 6 and 7, and then hopefully I can work on editing episode 6 and 7, which will probably take me maybe 2 days, maybe Sunday and Monday, maybe Tuesday. I can finish editing those, so that's what I got to look forward to. And also, like I said, I have the movies for my digital code giveaway contest, which I want to record that video today. I have the movies over there. Okay, it came in 3 separate packages, believe it or not. So I want to film that video today. That'll be the last digital code giveaway contest for this year. And again, I'll film that video and I'll upload it to have it scheduled to debut tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, and then have it close around 7 or 7:30. I think it's usually 7:30 I do it. Yeah, I think around 7:30. And so the contest will be tomorrow. So again, look for the contest video should debut tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. my time, Eastern Standard Time here in the U.S. there. So that'll be the last digital code giveaway contest. And what else? I'm trying to think what else. And I think what I'm going to do is, because usually what I do when I do my errands, the supermarket is on the corner of this block where I live at, in the building, and the supermarket is on the corner. And then around the corner from there is up the block a few ways is the cleaners where I go pick up my clothes or put my clothes in the cleaners. And then the check cashing place where I usually put money on my card, my card for my train travel, because they finished doing the more Metro card in New York. So you got to use I forgot what they call this card, this Omni card. So there we go. It's an Omni card. You can put money on it. Okay, and so use it. And that's kind of the short version. And then usually I walk down the hill. I gotta walk down the hill to the dollar store. I buy a few things from there. Then I used to go to the deli and buy me like a sandwich that I eat for my lunch/dinner. And then I usually go to the either Chinese restaurant to buy some Chinese food, or then go to the little Kennedy Fried Chicken to buy chicken. And then I usually walk back up the hill. So today what I think I'm going to do is go the longest distance first, because usually I go the shortest distance first. But I think what I'm going to do, actually what I could do, because I don't really have to put my clothes on. I just wore 2 shirts last week to work last week. So I have all of my shirts so I really just need 3 shirts for this coming week, because I'm only going to be at work 3 times, 3 days. So what I may do, I'm trying to think if I should put the 2 shirts in the cleaners with my pants, and then wear my other pants. And I think I may do that. Well, I think I'm going to go long distance first. Walk there and get the stuff, and walk back up the hill. Hopefully, like I said, I'm going to leave maybe around 2 or maybe 3 o'clock, because I think by then people will have shoveled the pathways, because for most of these buildings and stuff, people, they have sweepers or something. They shovel the walkways and stuff. So that'll probably be more good to walk and stuff. So I'll go there first, and then drop my food off and stuff in here, and probably either take my shirts to the cleaners and then to the supermarket, then put some money on my Omni card for my travel. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so in that way, hopefully I can try to get back in the house after 4, and then maybe from 5 to 7, I can watch Stranger Things episodes chapter 6 and chapter 7 from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Then I can eat, and then okay, now sorry, this thing paused again. I apologize.
I should get a camera. I should get a decent camera. And I can use that to record my videos and stuff. And, that's what I'll do. I'm gonna try to see if I can look, and maybe that'll be my little Christmas present to myself, and get a better camera. Because this web, I have this webcam that I'm recording from, and then I have another one that I don't even really use. Uh, Camera that's right next to it that I don't really ever use. Which I'm thinking now that I should try to maybe even use that camera. Maybe try to, and I think maybe I can play with that a little bit. But I'm gonna see if I can. If there's another type of like not a webcam, but like a camera that can record video that I can use that to record myself. Okay, because I think that might be better than this cheap web camera that pauses all that stuff. It's really frustrating the way it pauses and stuff. But anyway, yeah. So I'm trying to think that's the plan to do for today. Because right now it's 9 o'clock right now, and after I finish recording this, I'm gonna get up, wash up, again. I'm gonna make myself some breakfast. Okay, and then a little bit after 10 something, I can uh I can edit Fallout maybe from 10 or from 11 to maybe 2 o'clock, 11, 12, 1, 2. Hopefully I can do it from 11 to, I can not record, edit uh, Fallout, and then start working hopefully on episode chapter 5 of Stranger Things. Okay, and then hopefully finish that tomorrow, and then maybe work on episode 6. And then, like I said, it'll probably take me through Tuesday, I think, to edit all of the episodes. So I think that might be the plan to go. So, but then again, like I said, I'm gonna look and look up while I'm eating about cameras that record YouTube videos for. You can just look up on YouTube and stuff. And okay, um, thankfully, because I have internet, I have Verizon internet. I have to, but it's you can see, especially when the weather changes, you can see like the yellow flashing thing. That's when it's struggling to make the connection because of the weather and stuff. So, but thankfully, it hasn't really cut off. So I'm still getting internet. It's just struggling to do it because of the weather. It was, the snow and stuff. But it stopped snowing a while ago. So, like I said, people will get up and start shoveling the snow and all that stuff. So by the time I go out, probably right after 3 o'clock or something, hopefully the people will shovel it to the side. But I'm gonna throw my boots on, my big winter boots and stuff, and go. And I'll probably wear my winter boots. Check out the weather because, like I said, last time it snowed. It snowed like on a Saturday, and then like I think by the time it last week, I think it was last week, where it got up to like almost 50 something degrees, and then it rained, so it melted the snow and washed it away. That snow. So this snow, which is a little bit significant. Like I said, I got to see if the weather. Like I said, if it gets up into the 40s, maybe hit 50s, you never know. Sometimes it happens. Then usually it will rain, and then it'll wash the snow away and stuff. And so I may have to wear the boots for the next couple of days until the snow gets handled. Usually, like I said, after a while, people will, they'll shovel their walkways and stuff, and they'll probably be doing it today and stuff. So, and like I said, we heard the plows earlier. Heard the plows. So I'm sure the city had the plows shoveling the streets and stuff because this storm was expected. So I'm sure they had people, you know, like out last night and this morning will be digging. People have to dig out their cars and all that stuff, and and the city will shovel the snow to the side and stuff. They clear the sidewalks. Like I said, especially in Manhattan, they do that really good because it's where all the businesses are in New York. So they make sure that the walkways are nice and clear and stuff. Like I said, I'm sure they put salt down last night in the city. Usually they do that real good job of that and make sure it's nice and clear. And like I said, around here in my neighborhood too, they do shovel the snow. I usually sometimes see them put salt down, and they do shovel the walkway, so you do have a path to walk and stuff. And so, 'cause like I said, a lot of these buildings, you know, around where I live at, a lot of like buildings, like 5-story buildings and stuff. So a lot of these buildings have supers and stuff. So I'm sure they tomorrow, probably this morning, they're out there shoveling the snow and stuff. So and people have to dig their cars out, so they're always shoveling the snow and all that stuff too. So that's why I'll say I'll give it a couple of hours before I go out and do that. Because I thought about yesterday that I should have did my shopping yesterday, food shopping yesterday. I should have did that, but I didn't really feel it. And then, like I said, it's snow. Like I said, I got my boots, so I'm good weather. And like I said, usually, like I said, half it snows. Like yesterday was really cold because you can tell when it gets really cold that it's gonna snow. You can feel it in the air, and, and I'm sure then after it snows, it usually warms up. I know that's kind of weird phenomenon. When it snows, then the weather kind of warms up a little bit. So okay. So anyway, so look for my Fallout episode. I'm gonna see if I think I can do Fallout today. Uh, uh, was it uh, Stranger Things episode 5? Season 5, episode 5. That probably won't go up until tomorrow, and then I'm hoping I can do episode 6 tomorrow. Then maybe I have to do episode 7, maybe Monday, Tuesday. Okay, so and you know what? And what's the good thing is that since it's going to be slow at my job, I can actually edit that episode at my job. I could probably do it at my job because that's what I was doing like before. Yeah, because I'll have my phone out and usually, like I said, people go on vacation, so we don't get that many jobs. So it's going to be dead slow. And so what I can do is I can work on editing those episodes when I'm at my job. So that may make it go faster. Okay, so that's what I'll do. So anyway, so so look for the contest video, which will go up tonight, but it won't become online until tomorrow, 8 o'clock. The last digital code giveaway contest. Okay, and Fallout. Hopefully tonight I can put that up because I should have enough time to edit it. It's probably take me over 2 hours to edit it, and hopefully I can do that before I go run my errands, and then when I come back after I watch episodes 6 and 7 of Stranger Things. Episode 5, I can work on editing that. And if I don't finish it, I can finish it tomorrow, hopefully in the morning. And then maybe episode 6, I can start that and then maybe hopefully finish it. Maybe I can finish editing it at my job. If it's slow at my job, which it may be. Okay, because I think like a lot of people, they take off they take their vacations before the end of the year. And the good thing about us is that we can carry now with this new company that we're working for, CBRE, we can carry our time over. So like I put in for 5 days to be off, okay, and any days that and we earn like 4 hours a week, and I'll probably have maybe 2 or 3 days by the end of this month, so that I can carry over to the next year. And I think I'm going to be going because my niece is getting married in February in Florida. So we're gonna have to buy tickets. I have to talk to my sister and stuff to see, so we can all buy the same, leave on the same flight and all that stuff. And so I have to, take days off because I think she's getting married on Thursday, which means I have to leave on Wednesday. So I probably have to take 3 days off: Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, because I have to, fly down there on Wednesday. The wedding's on Thursday, and then fly back on Friday. And so I'll have to talk to my sister to see, so we can buy the ticket at the same time. Maybe can get a group rate or something like that. So I think I'm gonna go because she's getting married in February in Florida. Okay, so yeah, I gotta have days off for that. Okay, so but also I gotta there's a training class. We get a lot of training classes with this new company CBRE, and there's a training thing that I have to take. It's one class that you can only go so far, and then you have to schedule like a training session, and there won't be any day. There's no days. The only day I think there's a day in January that I can actually do the training. I may have to do it that way. I just have to talk with the guys that I work with because Mark, who I work with directly, he scheduled his training on that day, at 1 o'clock, and then Gary's, who works next door to us, who sometimes helps us. I may have to have him cover for me. Well, I take the training class on that day in January too, so that way, I can, finish off that training session. So I'll talk to Gary when I come back on Monday, and just see if me and Mark can take the training class, because the training class is not going to be the whole hour. It'll probably be like the first 15, 20 minutes, and then so maybe I can take the training class and then go to lunch from 1:30 to 2:30, and then Mark can be there. So all we need is Gary to cover for us for like a half hour. I think that's all we need. So I'll talk to Gary on Monday and see if he can cover. Then I can schedule myself to take that class on Monday, on that day. Me and Mark can take it together. And like I said, it's scheduled for an hour, but it's only like, I think, 15, 20 minutes of talking to someone via phone, via the web camera, and then I think then that's it. And then we can finish the rest of the training session at a later date. So I'll talk to Gary and see if he can cover for us from 1 o'clock to 1:30, and then maybe so maybe let him go to lunch from 12:30 to 1:30. No, let him go to lunch from 12 to 1 or something. Well, usually Mark goes lunch from 12 to 1, so maybe I can have. I just need Gary to cover for me to 1:30, so maybe we can go to lunch later that day. I'll talk to him and see if we can work that out. Okay, so anyway, again, look for the contest video, which will go up tomorrow and debut tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Hopefully, fall out tonight, and maybe I can do quick little YouTube shorts for my other channel called Views and Opinions. Maybe I can do those real quick. Okay, but I'm going to be working on editing those episodes, so I may not be able to do the YouTube shorts. Okay, so I'll do that. So anyway, everyone have a good, happy New Year. By the time you see me next time, it'll be the new year. 2025 will be over. Okay, and 2026 will be it'll be the 3rd of January 2026. So I hope everybody have a happy and a safe New Year and stuff, and hope everybody had a great year, 2025. It's been I don't know, crazy year just in terms of adjustment, because we got this new company that came in October and stuff, so we had to get used to it and stuff. But it is what it is. And like I said, I'm focusing now on what I'm going to do when I retire in a couple of years. So I'm thinking about like maybe buying a tiny house. I'm looking at a lot of YouTube videos about tiny houses and stuff. And I'm also looking at, because people have downfalls to living in tiny houses and stuff as well. So I'm looking at those videos as well to know the pitfalls of living in a tiny house as well. Just not the good stuff about it. So that'd be good. And also, I'm also thinking about because wherever I'm going to move to or retire to, I'm going to need a car to get around probably. So what I'm going to probably have to do is maybe in 3 years, maybe in about 2, 3 years, I'm going to take driving lessons again. Okay, so I can get my driver's license. And then, like I said, what I'm going to also do is I'm going to probably buy a piece of crap used car, just a car just to get around, And then what I'm going to do is practice driving. That's why I'm going to have to take the training classes so I can get the license first, and then I'm going to probably try to hope maybe buy like a nice used car for like maybe $3,000 or something, just like maybe a little Toyota Sucker or something like that. And once I get my license, then I can practice on the weekends and stuff, driving and stuff, like go to a parking lot somewhere and just, practice parking and driving and stuff, just so I get used to it, and then do it like I said, probably every weekend, maybe like on Saturday and Sunday, like go for a couple of hours and just practice driving and stuff so I get my skills up. And so by the time I actually retire, I'll be used to driving. And like I said, once I'm confident, I can drive little places, like drive to the mall or something, drive to, just to build my confidence up with that. So by the time I retire, I can I'll have my car, and then I can either use that car or maybe get rid of that car and buy a better version of a nice used car, and then and decide by then I'll probably make my decision about like where I'm going to live and stuff, and whether I'm going to live in a tiny house, and also like to have a car so I can get go from from my house to the supermarket to back and all that stuff and wherever else I'm going to go. So I think that's the goal. So hopefully that will work out. So again, Happy New Year, everybody. May everything you want come true. Okay. Again, look for my Fallout episode 2. That should go up today. I think for sure. If I'm lucky, it'll be I can do chapter 5 of season 5 of Stranger Things, which I probably think it won't go up. That'll probably be tomorrow, and then all the digital code video will upload tomorrow. So good luck to everybody that's going to enter that contest as well. Okay, so in the description box, I have links to my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram. Also, I have a link to my other channel called Views and Opinions. You check that out as well. Also, I have a link down below to my Patreon. And again, my Patreon I may be closing. I think I got to look again on probably today and look and see um, how to quit Patreon, because I think I'm going to probably wrap it up this end of this year anyway, and because until and then later maybe if I get this channel monetized, maybe I will do a membership on this channel, okay, rather than have a patron, okay. So anyway, also okay, so the link down below is to the Patreon is below, but like I said, it makes no sense actually to try to tell people to join it, because I'm probably going to close it anyway. So, but like I said, if I get it, that's why I'm going to try to work on the YouTube shorts, because the YouTube shorts I get thousands, I get hundreds and thousands of views on when I do the YouTube shorts, which is I think a way to hopefully maybe get my channel monetized, and then like I said, if it gets monetized, I'll do the membership thing on this channel, okay, and then maybe with the membership, maybe I can have. Then maybe I can do the patron thing, because if I have a membership thing, people can join and they can join the patron. I think you can do that together as a combination. I have to look that up and do more research on that. So anyway, patron is listed below just in case, so you can look at it just before I close it. Also, I'll link down below to my merchandise store. Okay, where I sell hats, t-shirts, mugs, sweatshirts, hoodies, water bottles, teddy bears for men, women, unisex. Follow a link. I also have the YouTube logos, the spherical circles, and the Trepacer logo. I found my shirt. I was looking for my white shirt that had the Trepacer logo on it. It was in my bag because I got it washed. So I got to iron those too. So you'll see me wear that in future videos. And I also want to kind of order that sweatshirt, and maybe I'll do that this weekend. The spherical circles for my own membership site, so you can actually see what it looks like. And I'll be wearing that in video, so you can check that out. So again, link below to the merchandise store. Also, please give the video a thumbs up. It helps the channel, and I truly appreciate it. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you know when I upload new content to this channel. And this is Trepacer saying so long. Take care.